I'm kind of surprised I haven't made this video before because I have strong opinions about this. Hey, I'm Ben. I'm a huge fly fisherman. Today, we are going to discuss one of the biggest philosophical questions in fly fishing. What is more important, presentation or pattern? If you want to catch fish, should you place more importance on what fly is tied onto the end of your line or the manner in which you show that fly to the fish? It's a big question. Fly fishing is notorious for the mindset that if you don't have the right fly, you aren't going to catch any fish. I am telling you that is just not true. So let's talk about that. I'll tell you right now that I'm a presentation guy. Most of the time, presentation is far more important than fly choice. And I'm talking about all kinds of fishing here. Trout, bass, redfish, tarpon, pike, catfish, salmon, probably shad, but I wouldn't know. Everything. How do I know this? Because we do it all the time. When we go fishing, we usually fish a bunch of different flies throughout the day, and they all work. Is one bass popper really that different from another one? In small ways, sure, but in a general sense, no. Say we're fishing nymphs for trout. Is a blowtorch really that different from a pheasant tail or a Duracell? No, they're all kind of the same-ish. I'm not gonna say that you shouldn't match the hatch. That's a valid tactic for sure. If there's caddis around, fish with caddis patterns. But if you're agonizing over fly selection, you're wasting your time. The fish definitely did not have a morning meeting and decide that they were all gonna eat size 14 light Cahill Quigley cripples that day and nothing else. Presentation is king. Instead of worrying about how many ribs your zebra midge has, you should work on your mending and your reach cast and your high sticking. And that's just trout. In the last video I made, I talked about different ways to strip or retrieve your fly. That's presentation also. Presentation isn't just how you drift the fly, it's a lot of things. I want you to do something for me next time you go fishing. When you catch a fish, change your fly to something else. See how many different flies you can use to catch fish. It'll open your eyes, and you'll never look at that hot flies whiteboard at the fly shop ever again. I think my record is like 18 different flies in one day. Okay, now we've come to the part of the video where I contradict myself. Sometimes fly choice is super important. The first thing I think of is trout feeding heavily on the surface and they're eating something really small. Those fish can be tough to catch without the right fly. I've been seeing a lot of fish eating tricos lately, and I'll be honest, I don't even mess with them. I just move on. 6X tippet and size 22s don't exist in my world, and it makes the trico game pretty tough for me. I talk all the time about doing stuff differently and trying weird things, but showing a hopper to a bunch of fish eating midge emergers usually does not work. It has to be something more reasonable. Well, what about non-trout? I honestly can't think of a non-trout situation that I've been in where I needed a very specific fly pattern. But I'm not saying fly choice doesn't matter in saltwater or a bass or pike lake. You can be fishing and catching nothing while another guy 10 feet away is hammering them all day. Maybe because of his fly. There are specific features of flies that make them more successful at a certain time or in a certain place. Maybe the fly has just the right weight for a situation. It's getting down to the fish, but not hanging up. Maybe it has a weed guard so you're not catching grass all the time. I've seen it where certain colors are definitely outperforming other colors. Sometimes with trout fishing, it's just a particular color or size. There are a million different PMD patterns out there. You just need one that's yellow and size 16. How hard is that? I'm generalizing, of course, but you know what I mean. It's not that a specific fly pattern is the key to success, but there is something about that pattern that makes a difference. So I think I've said all I want to say about that. Thank you for letting me get that out. I feel better now. And just to be clear, you heard it from me. Presentation is more important than pattern. Go ahead and tie on your specific fly if you want, but it won't matter at all if you can't get a good drift. Thank you for watching. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this, so leave a comment. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, don't forget the tops of your ears when you're putting on sunscreen, and stay huge. Sure is pretty up here. Check this out. You probably can't see it. It's real nice out today. Snow on them mountains.